This is how Sealbreaker is, roughly, supposed to go. This is the first puzzle you're meant to solve, so it's quite simple. Just enter the code you see in the book. In the next room, you're meant to learn how to swing your sword, first by destroying boxes in a controlled environment, then by killing an enemy who drops the solution to the next lockstone. The third room encourages the player to explore. Above the door is a set of symbols. Around the library, you can find the same 3 symbols, along with a code assigned to each symbol. Get it in the correct order and the door opens. The fourth room is where you learn how to shoot lightning from your sword. By shooting the pad on the opposite wall, the door to the next room opens. It's a known issue, however, that shooting is janky and unreliable. It might take a few shots to get it right. This ramp is meant to test whether you can shoot yet, but due to the lackluster shooting script, it may as well be teaching you how to swing again. Then comes the mob of enemies. I was going to make them chase the player, but using NavMesh broke their code for when they are destroyed for some reason. The last room was meant to show the player how shooting electricity into water conducts said electricity, but due to the lack of time to implement functional water, I just put a water block there to give the idea of conducting electricity. This room would reinforce shooting anyway, so the playtest version did provide that, so it's halfway there. And that's the game. Now for the playtest session. This is a compilation of every time people got stuck in the first room. If you go through the first room, you're more than likely to get through the whole demo aside from a few exceptions who got stuck due to bugs. The main problem seemed to be that most players didn't realize that F was not only the button to interact, but also to get out of menus. This should be a simple fix, as I can just add UI elements to tell them how to exit. Some also got stuck on which buttons to press while unlocking lockstones. My guess is they assumed that movement keys were also the keys for the code, even though they are bound to the arrow keys. Also a simple fix, I can bind the code keys to WSAD as well. I should also add the same UI element of how to exit out of the lockstone state. According to one of the playtesters, it should be much clearer when unlocking a lockstone which button was just pressed. I can remake the particle systems that play whenever a lockstone receives an input so that the particles are arrows pointing in the direction of that input. This was the first time someone got actually stuck. Not sure how, but they figured out how to shoot before they were told how. This resulted in them shooting at the boxes, which didn't break, and shooting at the enemy. But the enemy never died, meaning the bucket drops never spawned, so they got stuck without the code to exit. This was another interesting bit. One of the testers shot at the enemies in the second to last room, and one of the shots traveled into the last room, hitting the button that unlocks the door, so they never actually got to see the final puzzle. Meanwhile, this final clip is a non-gamer attempting the game. It is clear from the start that he is very confused about what to do, while the gamer's testing seemed to get everything pretty easily. At the moment of recording this, I'm not quite sure how to solve this particular problem, but it'll be a fun challenge to try and figure it out.